I was 16 when I found out I was pregnant. I did expect my dad to kick me out because that's what I've been told my whole life. From my mom, from my dad, from their friends. If you get pregnant, I'm going to kick you out, you know, all that stuff. My name is Donally Tweed. My parents got divorced when I was a baby, so I grew up with my dad.
Donally was 18 months old when I got custody of her. New Zealand wasn't prepared for solo fathers. So it was quite strange for people to see a man having a baby, taking a baby somewhere and all that. And there were no parents' rooms back then. There were only mothers' rooms.
My dad was my mom and my dad.
I tend to grab a recipe from the internet and then modify it according to my tastes.
I was really difficult as a teenager. Had gotten pregnant. That would be the worst thing, especially in our culture.
I can vividly remember that day. We were in the big lounge, this house, and she was with my niece Antonietta, and they told me about that. It was hard to accept that, but also easy. I say that because I come from a background where you don't have children until you get married and all those, you know, that's that culture. But I also realized that whatever happens, I need to support Donally through thick and thin.
He decided to be there for me and be more involved than I thought he would. I really like seeing the photos of me and my dad together. I just felt like he was my best friend. I probably look back too negatively overall, but looking through this actually reminds me of some good moments. I felt kind of like the whispers in the Filipino community around me when I got pregnant, and how it would make my parents look. Yeah, reality was different. Because I was happy and this was a good thing for me, but some people just couldn't see that because they only knew the surface.
I was there through her pregnancy and childbirth, and also I was there to raise Vas. Of course, she's a single parent and I'm also a single parent, so I was like a solo parent raising a solo parent child in a way.
Oh my gosh. It was a Sunday morning. He was having an asthmatic episode, so we went to A&E, and they said everything was fine, that he had oxygen in him, but he was just playing it up worse than it was. But when we got home, well, I knew it wasn't right. His body just went limp. I held my baby in my arms, and I knew that this wasn't like sleeping. This wasn't before. This was so limp and so lifeless. And so we called the ambulance, and the ambulance came, and so there was still some hope, but in the hospital there was more waiting as he was in ED. I remember standing with my dad and this counsellor who they had put next to us, and them saying more adrenaline, until they were like, does anyone have any ideas? You know, what we can do? Then they just told us that we've done everything we can. So that was it.
That is still the hardest thing that I have to deal with in my life. I so remembered my nephew asking me why I wasn't crying when that happened. But I went straight into the I need to protect Donally mode. That was the first thing that came to my mind. I cannot allow myself to grieve at that point in time. It took me about a few months before I could start to grieve, just because I need to support her. That's always been in my mind. I need to support her. It was very painful for me, but I know that even more for her. So where is it?
I don't know.
No, they were just hiding.
This is hard. I mean, I've looked at this before, but I don't know, just maybe in this moment, like I've never... When was the last time I actually looked at it with you? Like, when you made this, which was quite fresh,
Yep.
after he passed away.
You can really see that relationship between your brothers and us, and how comfortable he is with, like in there, for example, with Giovanni.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember feeling really worried or really hating myself because I wasn't living, you know, society's ideal. But I feel like he got so much love still.
Yep.
My son, Vasily, was so loving. He was clingy, but that doesn't surprise me because I was, and I am. He'd just hug me out of the blue and say, "Mom, I love you so much." And he didn't want anything from me, but he would just give me those moments. Did you want a particular song?
Not to realize.
My husband's name is Austin Tweed. We met at uni in Spanish class. Real, like, true love is actually out there, you know? Like, it's a real thing. He's my best friend, and he's my soulmate. I don't hesitate to say that. I'm mind blown, really. When I became pregnant again, it was hard to believe. It was so hard to imagine, even though I've been longing to hold my baby in my arms again, even though I know it wouldn't be Vas.
I'm happy, at the same time I'm reserving that happiness, because I'm very much aware now that the price of loving someone is grieving when you lose them. I know that I should not allow that, and I know that it will not stop me from loving my grandkids.
I'm still getting used to the idea now, and I mean, the mixed emotions, like I'm grateful because I know the value of life. I feel excited and nervous.